Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in today's fourth and final video. So we're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's final video. So day 10 will take us to around 24th of June. We'll be able to extend out beyond that. It's only GFS and ECM ensembles, but it runs around a couple of weeks. Have a look at CFS B2 for June at the end of the video. Talking of June, we've released the ECM WF 42-day forecast today, so that's taking us pretty much through the whole of June. And also, we released JMA Friday. That takes us well into the middle part of June as well. So, yeah, a bit of an extended sort of focus with the videos today. Check out those two. And, of course, we released our 7 a.m. upload, which is just a little forecast the next couple of days in detail. So, check out all of the videos. So if you've enjoyed the content on the channel, then please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing this for GavsWeatherVids. Right, okay, so let's get on with the 10 to 14 day event. So we'll just turn off webcam, there we go, and we shall have a look at the sensing temperature. First of all, so we've now clawed our way up to 9 degrees for the CET. Look at this, we're at 9.0. Provisional to yesterday, 13th of May. That is 1.4 degrees below average, so still very substantially below average, but at least it has improved a little bit. Remember, a few days ago, that's around 7 degrees. It was like 3 degrees or more below average, so it's exceptionally cold. Start to May. Things have recovered a little bit, but it's still, you know, chilly out there. The only thing that's happened, I think, is that it was so extremely cold. We started from such a low level that the only place it could go was upwards. Really, it couldn't get any colder than it was through the first week of May. So the only thing that could happen is the temperature will recover. But we're still talking about well over 1 degree below average, set against 61 to 99, more than that, set against 81 to 2010. So it's certainly very, very chilly, and will remain so for the time being as well. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. Looking at Cardiff today. So the red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Cardiff. We're starting off below average at the moment. You see the dates are on the bottom of the chart. You see that through the next week to 10 days, probably more than that, the upper air temperatures will be staying below the long-term 30-year average. In the very extended range, you have got a bit of a warming trend. See how the white line, which is the ensemble mean, is gradually lifting back up to the red line. So it looks like right at the very end of May, closing days of the month, we may get a little bit of a increase in the temperature then. We're still seeing this sort of little cold plunge potentially here. Talked about this in yesterday's video. Sometime around the 23rd, 24th May, we might get like another coldish plunge. You will notice the warm outliers up here, of course, and one of those does actually include the thick green line, which, of course, is our operational run. Our GFS operational run is the thick green line there. You see how that really takes off into the last week of May. So today's GFS midnight operational run does in fact bring summer weather with it. You know, it brings in summer weather in the last week of May. But you can clearly see that if it's not an outlier, it is certainly at the very warmest end of the range of possibilities within the GFS ensemble. There are only a few that are doing something the same as what the GFS operational run does. So I think we need to stay very cautious about that possibility. But we'll have a look at it anyway in a moment, and you will see, like for the first time potentially, or one of the first times anyway, the GFS operational run actually going really quite warm and dry into the last week of May. Precipitation-wise, it remains as it has been. Regular precipitation spikes coming through, so there will be further showers, if not longer spells of rain ahead. Certainly over the next week to 10 days is a cool and unsettled scenario. Temperature anomalies from the 14th to 22nd of May are going to be below average, not just the UK and I, but through most parts of Europe, colder than average temperature anomalies coming up. Precipitation anomalies from the 14th to the 22nd of May. A little bit wetter than average for England, particularly southern southeast parts of England, nearer normal elsewhere. That's not quite as wet as it has been over previous days, that anomaly map. Latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net shows that we've got the next area of low pressure waiting in the wings. Here it is, got a new area of low pressure just there, and that's going to be moving into the country over the weekend. So more unsettled weather on the way. Right, we'll go through the generic charts, and shall I put the webcam up for this part of the video? Hello, there we go, I'm back. So let's go through the generic charts then. Starting off with UK Met. So here we go for Monday. Low pressure is over top of the country on Monday, as it has been all month so far, bringing further showers, if not longer spells of rain. Into Tuesday, again, the wind is coming in from the northwest. It's going to be unsettled. There'll be spells of rain. It's going to be quite cool as well. We're bringing in like a modified northwesterly, so temperatures will be disappointing. Into a bit of a northerly there through the middle of next week, and then into the end of the UK Met run, which gets us to Thursday, 20th of May. We've just got a little bit of a transient ridge, but we've got a new area of low pressure just lurking to west of Ireland, and that's about to roll in over the top, so that will keep the unsettled weather going into the second half next week. Right, this is that midnight GFS run. Have a look at this. So we start off on Monday, again under low pressure, so cool, showery, unsettled. That carries on to the middle of next week as well, with further showers, if not long spells. Rain winds go into the north through the middle of next week as well. So that's that little northerly push, potentially, later next week. That's particularly affecting Scotland, a little bit less so today for England and Wales. Notice still appreciable levels of blocking within the northern latitudes too. Moving up towards day 10, a little bit of a change here with high pressure beginning to ridge up from the southwest. That's the Azores High. Haven't seen much of that over the past few weeks, but that is beginning to make a move. So as we move up towards day 10, we find high pressure beginning to set up over France and also into some parts of England. That starts to move the jet stream northwards. Remember, the black line is the jet stream. So the jet's moving northwards. We're starting to draw up a warmer southwesterly wind, and we begin to settle things down. Probably still quite unsettled in the north, so Scotland is probably still quite unsettled with this, but for England and Wales, we would be under this area of high pressure, so it would be much drier and also potentially quite summer-like. And then that ridge pushes northwards by the 25th of May. We are all under that area of high pressure. That could bring a significant boost in temperature, maybe again the temperature into mid-20s Celsius there. If we get enough sunshine, and that high pressure sort of sticks around. So we go into the last week of May, running up towards the bank holiday weekend, and high pressure is dominating the weather. We have not said that for a little while, bringing a dry and warm weather. This is a warm ridge as well. Remember that we did have a lot of dry weather in April, but the ridge was a cold ridge. So although it was dry, it was pretty cold, especially at night. This is a warm ridge. It's built up from the south, got a lot of warm air associated with it, and so that would bring a genuine sort of spell of summer type weather. We finish up just looking like we're going to break down the ridge a little bit by the end of a GFS run, which gets us to Sunday the 30th of May, possibly just starting to turn a little bit more unsettled then, but of course that's over 2 weeks away, so it's not worth worrying about. Keep in mind that scenario from the GFS midnight operation run was at the very far end of the range of options in the GFS Ensemble, so it wasn't well supported by the other GFS Ensemble men. But of course, so it's probably an outlier, but of course, one person outlier is another person trendsetter, maybe. We go through to GFS 6 there, this is the latest. So again, starting on Monday, cool and showery. Then staying cool and showery through into the rest of next week as well. Winds turning into the north also, so becoming cooler, if anything, through the course of next week with further showers going on. Heading up towards day 10, we're trying to ridge up the high pressure from the Azores. This is struggling a lot more, though, with the 6Z. So we are trying to get this high pressure ridging up from the southwest, but it's staying stubbornly centred to our west, which keeps the wind in from the north. It probably is turning things drier, though, but I think with this, it would be quite cool. Into our extended range, we eventually get an area of high pressure setting up across many parts of Northern Europe, actually. So obviously that's turning much drier and anticyclonic. Winds are sort of going into the east with that, but it should be relatively warm easterlies. And then we come up to the end of the GFS 00z, and look where the high pressure goes again. It's heading back to Greenland again as we get to the 30th of May. So last week of May does deliver something a little bit drier and potentially slightly warmer on the 00z. Nowhere near as warm as the midnight GFS run is, but it all ends up back to northern blocking again and threatening to pull wind back into the north once more. Fun runs today though from the GFS. Let's see what the GEM is doing. So again, low pressure is over the country on Monday. That carries on to Tuesday as well. Showers or longer spells of rain through much of next week. A new area of low pressure rattling in there at the end of next week. That's bringing a spell of gale force winds and heavy rain with it too. So the GEM is pretty grim for next week. And then moving up towards day 10, that's how we look. So just again trying to raise the heights a little bit to our south and also to our east, but still up to day 10 it's unsettled. But whether beyond that we start to see this high pressure from the Azores begin to make a move, it's possible we might do. And then the ECM also is looking unsettled, cool and showery through most of next week. This low pressure could bring a bit of a drenching to the south, maybe kind of a wintry showers even for parts of Scotland there later next week. That's particularly over high ground, but possibly not exclusively so. Northerly with the ECM still there for Saturday, so the ECM is still going for this northerly plunge next weekend. You'll notice I've backed off that northerly a little bit at the end of next week and into next weekend today, but the ECM is still going for it. It's a long fetch northerly. Air originates from the Arctic again, pushing down west side of Europe, so obviously that is the coolest option out of the three models. The ECM is definitely the coolest. Up to day 10. Just again, trying to get a little bit of a reach coming up from the Azores High, struggling. We're staying on the cold side, which is probably turning things drier at day 10. But wind is still in from the north, so the high pressure of a ridge from the Azores is struggling. Drier, but still cool and chilly with the ECM up to day 10. Precipitation type forecast based on that ECM run from Tameteo.com looks like this. So more wet weather to come through this weekend, either in the form of a band of rain coming across country tonight and tomorrow morning, or followed by heavy and potentially even thundery showers. That means heavy showers, maybe thunderstorms continue into the early part of next week as well. So again, just regular heavy showers, longer spells of rain too, as we go through next week. That's a bit of a soaking for more southern areas later next week as well. And yeah, it is cold enough. Look at this. It is cold enough for a little bit of snow to be turning up over parts of Scotland with this northerly wind at the end of next week. So again, that's primarily over high ground, but maybe not exclusively. So absolutely remarkable. Again, so maybe get up towards day 10. We're still looking pretty unsettled then, still further showers around. Right, I'll turn off the webcam then, so we'll move on to the options on the table within the ECM Ensemble. So these are the options on the table within the ECM Ensemble today for day 10, which will get us to the 24th of May. 10 members of the ECM Ensemble, including the operational run. These are from the Icelandic Met Office, by the way. So 10 members of the ECM Ensemble, including the operational run, will have high pressure to our west. Low pressure will be to the east, and winds will be coming in from a northerly direction, quite cool there. 9 have low pressure over the country, looking very unsettled and cool also. Another 9 with low pressure over to the east of the country, winds in from the north. Another 9 down here have high pressure just to our southwest, so that's trying to throw up a ridge from the Azores. That's becoming a little bit drier and warmer perhaps. 7 high pressure again, trying to draw up that ridge from the Azores, but we're on the cool side of it. That's a little bit drier though, but is probably quite cool. And then 7 again, just here, with a mid-Atlantic ridge, a trough of low pressure to our south. That's going to be quite a cool, wet scenario, especially for more southern areas. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It's getting us more or less to the end of May, 29th of May. Have 13 members of the ECM ensembles back to northern blocking. High pressure between Greenland and Norway. bringing in wind either from an east or possibly a northeasterly direction. I mean, obviously that's going to be a little bit more settled, but it could be rather cool. 12 have high pressure towards Iceland, but also over France. So that's probably just starting to raise the heights close to the country. 11 just here have high pressure to the west of Ireland. That's going to be mainly dry, but could be a bit on the cool side. That's probably right what the GFS 6Z is showing. 9 just here have high pressure just to our southwest. So again, that's drier and should be a little bit warmer. That could be close to the GFS midnight run. And then 6 have high pressure more or less centred over the top of the country. Again, that could be quite close to the GFS midnight run. That's probably going to be drawing up some quite warm air from the south. Definite signs of a transition to high pressure at the end of May. The only thing I'd say about it, again, I'm not sure it's getting any closer, particularly with having these ongoing signals for high pressure to get going through May, and it keeps getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. So I think we need to wait another few days, before we can confirm that high pressure will return before month's end. Lastly, this is how the CFS-V2 is looking for June. This 700 millibar height anomaly today for June. On the face of it, this should be a very warm and dry month. Quite unexpectedly so after all of the cool wet weather, but here we go. Low pressure being pushed up towards Greenland, high pressure sitting over the UK and extending into Europe as well. I mean, we're just high and dry there, aren't we? There's nothing else to say about it. High pressure right slap bang over top of the country. Temperature anomaly looks a little bit disappointing, and I would have thought with high pressure centrally located over us, we would have a significantly warmer month than that is shown, but it's not particularly exciting with the temperatures, and not much of a signal for precipitation, but does hint at being a bit dry. Again, I think that's, that should be quite a lot drier than that. If the 700 millibar height anomaly was to verify with that ridge right over top of the country, we would be facing like a very dry month potentially, and I would have thought a pretty warm month too. So maybe, after all of the cool and past few weeks, wet weather, we're going to be seeing something a lot warmer and drier. For June, could we be in for a flaming June? We shall find out. It's more likely flaming awful, I would have thought. Right, so that's it then for today's videos. Let's just put webcam back up. Okay, that's it for today's videos. Just say that if you enjoy the content on my channel, please can you make sure you're subscribed as well. You're going to see future weather content if you subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment, let us know what you think. Tell friends, family, anybody else who subscribe also, and it's absolutely great. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. That is it then for your videos today. I'll just tell you what's coming up over the weekend. So tomorrow, we're going to start off with our 7 AM upload, of course. We'll have weekend forecast, we'll have a 10 to 14 dayer, and we'll also begin the countdown to the late spring bank holiday weekend. And then on Sunday, we'll have our 9th and penultimate summer update. We'll have GavsWeatherVids Sunday Roundup. I'll be live streaming at 6 o'clock. And of course, it's Sunday live stream, so I'll be focusing on the long range. And I think we'll show you some Beijing Climate Centre for data for summer, autumn, and possibly for winter 21-22. So that'll be coming up on Sunday at 6 o'clock. Right, for today, enjoy the rest of your Friday. For today's videos, that's all for now, though, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.